Great. Thanks, Bobby. And since this is a newcomers meeting, we will elaborate a little bit. That's Bobby Kettles. She's the executive director of the Colorado Association of Conservation Districts. You've all tuned into the CACD newcomers meeting, basically the first official event of our 77th annual meeting, taking place for the rest of this week. And get started here with first, I guess, some introductions. My name is Brett Moore. I've been the contract lobbyist for CACD since the fall of 2011. I guess this will be exactly 10 years. And I will just go around the horn here and call out the names in the order they're in my screen. You could just quick shout out who's on the phone and what your capacity is, just so we know who's in the room with us. Yuma County CD.
My name is Tanya Fell. I just started with Yuma County about 3 weeks ago, so very much learning, but I'm here.
Welcome, welcome, Tanya. Glad to have you with us. Next, Laura Bohannon.
Hi, everyone. My name is Laura Bohannon. I'm with the I'm the district manager for the Eagle County Conservation District. I've been on board for about 6 months now and still learning every day and still getting a handle on things.
Welcome, Laura. Next, Garth Schaefer.
Yes, hi there. My name is Garth Schaefer. I am fairly new here, about 2 months, working at the CSCB for regional specialist for the Southeast region. So that's the Upper and Lower Arkansas and the Rio Grande watersheds.
Welcome, Garth. George Fosha.
Yes, I'm George Fosha, former member of the Double L Conservation District in Elbert and El Paso counties. I'm on the board of directors from the CACD, representing the Upper Arkansas watershed.
Tyler Neely, I believe it is.
Yeah, welcome. I'm Tyler Neely. I farm down here in the San Luis Valley, and I'm on the Rio Grande Conservation District, where I represent the Rio Grande watershed on the CACD board.
Thanks, Tyler. Elise. Oh.
Hi, my name is Elise Hall, and I am the Bennett County Conservation District Manager, and I just started a couple weeks ago, so it's great to meet you all, and it's great to be here.
Welcome, Elise. Your name up. CSCB. That's Nikki or Noah.
That is me. Nikki is off for the evening. This is Noah McCord. I am the Northeast Regional Field Specialist for CSCB.
Good. Thanks, Noah. Raquel.
Hi, my name is Raquel Sanchez, and I am the admin assistant with the Colorado State Conservation Board.
And finally, that I can see is Bobby Kettles. Great. All right, well, we'll get rolling here. Colorado Association of Conservation Districts, CACD, welcomes you to our annual meeting. The association encourages you to stay involved in your local conservation district watershed association at the state level. Most of you are employees, so you'll be doing that regardless, but this is the messaging that we try to push out to supervisors and partners and everybody else that we can get involved. So conservation through participation. CACD's mission is to serve as the unified voice for the 75 conservation districts of Colorado, facilitating outreach, education, and support landowners in their stewardship of natural resources. For our agenda today, who is at the annual meeting, what happens at the annual meeting, how to get the most from it, your resource committee meetings and resolutions, general assembly business meeting, awards and poster contests, and then we'll go through any questions that anybody has at the end. who makes up the alphabet soup at the CACD? So here's your different, some of your different acronyms. Conservation districts made up of landowners who are supervisors and employees, CDs, conservation districts. Colorado Association of Conservation Districts, made up of 10 board of directors elected from each watershed. Each of the districts participates in 1 to 10 watersheds. Those watersheds elect the 10 board members, CACD. Then Bobby is executive director, is the only full-time staff, and I'm contract. We make up CACD. Obviously, there's some overlap. Some of the CACD board of directors are also still conservation district supervisors, who certainly have been in the past. Colorado State Conservation Board members and staff, that's the CSCB, housed at the Colorado Department of Agriculture, state level partner. We've got CDs at the local level, CSCB state level, then NRCS, National Resource Conservation Service. I should spell that out. Employees and other conservation partners. We've got the NRCS. CD, CACD, CSCB, and NRCS acronyms over and over again. What are our roles? And these are as defined in the Colorado Revised Statutes or in Articles of Incorporation for conservation districts. Their summary roles is to prepare a plan for the care, treatment, and operation of lands within the district. This plan shall establish its objectives and serve as a guide for carrying out its work to attain its objectives. They are to coordinate technical, financial, and educational resources so that they meet the needs of the local land user for conservation, soil, water, and marine resources. That's how Colorado Revised Statutes defines the conservation district roles. Colorado State Conservation Board summary of roles: act in advisory capacity for each conservation district and administer and disperse funds made available for conservation districts. They're kind of an overarching voice at the state conservation districts being a subdivision of state. Then Colorado Association of Conservation Districts is a 501c3, a independent association that serves as a voice for the member conservation districts on conservation issues and provides a forum for training, policy making, and the exchange. Goals do, and then here's a great graphic we put together. It's a little washed out here. I do have access to this PDF if you'd like to get your hands on it. Basically, you see the Venn diagram here. CACD, NRCS, and CSCB are all connected by the 76 districts. All three fill different roles and work together to achieve their mission. Private landowners conserve their lands. Let the record reflect that CACD President Scott Jones has joined us. We'll hear a lot from him over the course of the week. So, a big part of our annual meeting every year, and particularly in this year where we have a virtual format, will be our resource committee meetings. And our resource committee is basically, or the resource committees, 5 of them, basically break up all the different subject matters that we may discuss and give us an opportunity to talk about those. So those resource committees are water, energy, education, soil and land use, district and association outlook, and financial. And so our policy book that we kind of work off of are based on these 5 issue areas, these 5 resource committee areas, and the resolutions that the individual conservation districts write are funneled into these different areas. What are resolutions? Resolutions are 75 individual conservation districts or the 10 watersheds ability to drive CAC. So your individual conservation district may or may not have this year or in the year, certainly in years past, have had an issue that they wanted to resolve, an issue that they wanted to present to the rest of the districts, CACD, as something we want to get solved or something we want to put a marker in the ground on. This is where we stand. To do that, you would write a resolution. Your conservation district would bring it to your watershed. Watershed would discuss it, vote on it, make any modifications to it. Should that resolution pass, comes to basically where we are now. It was to CACD, to Bobby, relates all of those. We divide them up based on the 5 different resources. The water issue, water committee, energy and soil and land use, and on down the line. So basically, it's a way of driving policy to the center to where we can all discuss it, talk about it, and make it policy for the entire organization. Tonight, we're actually going to go through several resource committee meetings, water and energy, education, outreach, small acreage, and urban interface, 3 separate committees and resource committees that don't have resolutions in front. So we'll basically just have some discussions on issues that may be applicable to those separate areas of policy. Then tomorrow night, you'll get to see during soil and land use, I believe we have 5 resolutions during that resource committee. Where we will get into debating of how a resolution is written. You know, as you all know, Colorado is a very diverse state. I grew up in Western Kansas, not a whole lot of diversity. Colorado, basically every corner has a different ecosystem and a different set of unique challenges that meets them. So a lot of what these resource committees are kind of taking what came out of your watershed and putting it statewide, kind of running it through a statewide tumbler so everybody can talk about it. So pretty pivotal part of what we do as an organization. We'll have that at 6:30 p.m. tonight, 6:30 p.m. tomorrow night, Tuesday, November 16th, and 6:30 p.m. Wednesday, November 17th. All be resource committee. Really looking forward to great conversation about what those resolutions are and what form. That kind of leads us to our General Assembly business meeting. That'll be Thursday at 6 p.m. And basically, that's where all the resolutions that have been tumbled through the various resource committees, edited, and then presented to the full body. Basically, every conservation district that has paid dues, full dues over the last year has a vote in the General Assembly business meeting, and we will all have an opportunity to discuss those resolutions again. It's a little bit unique that we're doing everything online. In years past, we would have those resource committee meetings kind of all happening concurrently. So since one of the benefits of the remote meetings is basically everyone can participate in every resource committee instead of having to kind of pick and choose what favorite policy really is and following that. So our General Assembly meeting should be a little more of a finalized stamp on the work that was done in the resource committee meetings. But that's where the kind of the vote occurs. We set final policy and action items, and those are really what give CACD, me as the lobbyist, and Bobby's the executive director, and our board kind of the direction on what do the districts want us to accomplish. And that's where we kind of vote on that. That'll be, although the resource committee certainly use Robert's Rules of Orders, General Assembly business meeting is kind of a very much so covered situation where I've counted votes and the chair recognized folks to speak, et cetera, et cetera. So those are kind of the biggest elements of the program. kind of finish off by Friday night. We do our awards and poster contest ceremony, where we'll kind of recognize different districts, different landowners, different partners that have gotten some good work done over the past year and receive awards. And the kiddos in your district may have created posters based on our theme for the year. So that'll be Friday night, kind of a capstone for the week. And that's, the biggest part of our program. I'm sure I missed something, but that really kind of covers a lot of the process. So with that, I'll open it up to questions, and we'll see what all I missed. And I certainly encourage George and Scott and Tyler and Bobby to fill in anywhere that I missed. Noah, or anybody else. Hopefully next year, again, there's been some unique benefits of meeting remotely the last couple of years, but there's also a lot of camaraderie and a lot of networking that occurs when we meet in person. So certainly look forward to that element returning in the future. But we're just like everybody has for the last couple of years. We're going to make the best of what we have here and execute the mission of our organization, and which is representing you folks and the people that you work for. So we really appreciate the time tonight, or for jumping on the newcomers meeting. And yeah, I don't know.
Thanks, Brett. I just wanted to jump on and say hi to everybody, the newcomers. My name is Scott Jones. I'm from Eagle, Colorado. I represent the Colorado River watershed. Sorry I was late getting on here. I've also had the pleasure to be the president of CACD for the last 4 years. And it is just an awesome opportunity what CACD does, because it was like that graph. I love there was not a graph, it had the 3 circles on it. And I've always loved that image, because that is truly how conservation in today's society works politically with our partners. So we meet every month with the NRCS and CSCB. We have an open line of communication with all of us. And we really try to utilize that a lot of the time. So the main reason that we're here is to work for your districts or you members. Like Brett said, the policy is what guides us. It's not my opinion. It's the policy. Majority rules. That's how we go through every year of what we work on. And sometimes we work on things for 3 years, sometimes even longer. Sometimes it seems like. So the policies out of this meeting really come to play fruition for what CACD does for the year. Brett is just our eyes and ears down in Denver. And I want to give a big tip to the hat, because Brett was a huge part of the $5,000 that all the districts saw in the state of Colorado. So if it wasn't for Brett down there at the Capitol, I know I don't have the time to be down there every day like Brett does. So I really commend him for doing all that. So we really do work for you, and we want virtual. It's a little hard to truly grasp who we are and have those conversations, but our emails are out there. Our phone numbers are out there. Please feel free to reach out to any of us at any given time and ask us those hard questions. And have a conversation with us, because we are truly there for you guys. We're not there for our own good or our own views. We're trying to follow the views of the district in the state of Colorado. And it's going to be more and more challenging ahead for agricultural in the state of Colorado, because we really have 3 different diversities that we get to work on with things to the west in the mountains and on the Great Plains of Colorado and rural. Rural is just, or sorry, urban is just growing like crazy in the state of Colorado. So if there's anything we can do for your guys' districts, come to a meeting, phone call, whatever, feel free to reach out to Bobby, me, or any of the board members. I hate to put them on the spot like that, but please feel free to reach out to any of us on that.
Well, thanks, Scott. And I would just, there was actually 15,000 extra dollars for this year.
Oh, 15, sorry, my bad. 15, that's a big difference.
And, you know, I was just enacting what the board directed me to do, and the people we really need to thank are Senator Jerry Sonnenberg, Senator Harry Donovan, and some of our state legislators. Went to bat for us this year, and of course we'll go back down there and remind him all the great work, money that the great things we were able to do with those dollars this year. Thanks so much for that. Any questions from some of the new employees? Hopefully this was somewhat helpful and not a complete review of anything that you've already heard.
Hi, Brett. This is everyone. This is Bobby Kettles, Executive Director. I also just wanted to put a plug in. I apologize, I can't see you, but I wanted to put a plug in for the education and outreach piece of CACD as well. And I know we don't have a lot of time, but we have different cooperative agreements for education outreach through NRCS that we partner with. And so if any of you are interested in doing or getting a bit of extra funding to complement any other grants that you have, please give me a call, reach out to me via email, and we can visit together on what your ideas are and what you're planning. That goes for your watershed meetings, your district annual meetings with your local work groups, and any type of speakership meetings. And we are also getting ready to roll out a projects and demonstrations grants through NRCS, and that announcement on that should be coming out in the next few weeks. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to share that with you.
Excellent. Well, if we don't have any more questions, or Bobby, if there's nothing else we need to cover, I guess we'll give everybody back the remainder of their time here, and we'll hop back on for our various resource committee meetings at 6:30 p.m. tonight.
Thank you, everyone.